So, you're thinking about the RBI Grade B exam. It's a huge deal, right? One of the most prestigious gigs in the country. But let's be real, just figuring out where to even start, it can feel completely overwhelming. Well, that's exactly what we're going to tackle, right here, right now.
So, the real question is, are you ready to crack it? Because what we have here is your no-nonsense starting guide. We're going to turn that big ambition of yours into a real, actionable plan.
Okay, so let's jump right in. Here's the game plan. First, we'll nail down the application. Then, we'll break down the exam structure itself. After that, we'll map out a solid 6-month plan, and we'll wrap up with a final checklist and some must-have resources. Simple as that.
All right, first things first. Step 1, the application. You know, you can have the best prep in the world, but it all starts with getting this first step absolutely perfect. Let's make sure you do. Think of this as your pre-flight checklist. Number 1, decide on your stream. Are you going for generalist or one of the specialist roles like DEPR or DSIM? This is a big one because it sets your whole path. Next, check your eligibility, age, education, all that jazz. Get your scan files ready before you start. Super important, only apply on the official RBI portal, nowhere else. And finally, and I really mean this, write down all the key dates from the official notification. Seriously, you don't want to get knocked out on a technicality like a missed deadline.
So here's a quick look at what they usually ask for. For the generalist track, you're typically looking at being between 21 and 30, with about 60% in your degree. For the specialists, it's usually a master's. But, and this is the most important thing I'll say about this, these are just general guidelines. The official notification for the year you're applying is the only thing that matters. Always, always check that.
Okay, pay close attention here, because this is where so many people trip up. These little technical details can get your application tossed out before anyone even sees it. We're talking file sizes for your photo, your signature. They are super strict. And see that bit about the signature? Not in caps. It sounds small, but they mean it. Honestly, getting these things right is kind of like your first test.
Okay, so once your application is in and you've dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's, what's next? Well, that brings us to step 2, the exam structure. It's time to look the beast in the eye and know exactly what you're up against.
So, the first gate you have to get through is Phase 1, the prelims. This is a big multiple-choice test. You've got 4 sections: general awareness, reasoning, quant, and English. The name of the game here is speed and accuracy. You've got to be fast, but you've also got to be right.
And it's a 200-mark paper. Now, here's the thing about Phase 1. These marks don't count for your final ranking. This is purely a screening test. Your one and only job is to beat the cutoff score and get to Phase 2. It's all about getting your foot in the door for the main event.
And this number, you got to burn this into your brain, minus 0.25. That's what a wrong answer costs you. A quarter of a mark, gone, just like that. This isn't an exam where you can just guess wildly and hope for the best. It'll kill your score. Accuracy is absolutely king.
So, let's say you clear Phase 1. Awesome. Now the real competition begins. We're talking about Phase 2, the mains, and the interview. These are the 2 stages that decide everything. Your final merit list rank is based on your combined score from these 2 parts.
And in Phase 2, this is where the path really splits. If you're on the generalist track, you've got 3 papers to tackle. One on economic and social issues, one on descriptive English, yep, you'll be writing essays, and one on finance and management. Now, if you're a specialist, you'll be going deep into your own subject, like economics or stats. Plus, you'll also have that descriptive English paper.
And then the grand finale, the interview. It's usually worth 75 marks. And let me tell you, this is no formality. This is where they see who you are beyond the paper. They're testing your personality, how you think on your feet, your knowledge, everything. It is the final crucial hurdle to clear.
Okay, you know the rules, you know the structure. Now for the big one, the part you've been waiting for. Step 3, your 6-month plan. This isn't some crazy, impossible schedule. It's a realistic, step-by-step plan to take you from day 1 to being ready for exam day.
Let's look at the big picture first. We're breaking this down into 3 phases. Phase 1, your first month, is all about orientation and building a solid foundation. Months 2 through 4, that's your deep dive. You're going to cover the bulk of the syllabus. And then, the last 2 months, it's all about practice, mocks, revision, and getting your head in the game for the interview.
Now let's zoom in on those crucial first 8 weeks. This is all about building momentum. In the first couple of weeks, your only job is to get familiar with the pattern and take a diagnostic test. Just see where you're at. Then you start building. You jump into core quant topics, start practicing your writing. A few weeks later, you're beefing up your general awareness and taking your first couple of mocks. By week 7 or 8, you're already starting to look at phase 2 topics. See how it builds? It's designed to keep you moving forward without getting burned out.
All right, let's talk resources. The mantra here is quality over quantity. You don't need a mountain of books. For general awareness, get into the daily habit of reading editorials from the Hindu or the Indian Express, and definitely read RBI's press releases. For ESI, you absolutely have to read things like the Economic Survey and key RBI reports. For quant and reasoning, find a good standard practice book and a reliable mock test series. And for English, it's all about consistency. Get used to typing out an essay or a précis every single week. That practice is golden.
Now I want to talk about mock tests for a minute, because this is a huge trap a lot of people fall into. The point isn't just taking mocks, it's about what you do after.
The real magic, the real improvement, happens in the analysis. Here's a simple 3-step process you need to do every single time. 1. After the test, log every single mistake. 2. Figure out why you made the mistake. Was it a concept you just don't get, a silly, careless error, or did you just run out of time? And 3, and this is the most important part, you have to fix that problem before you even think about taking the next mock. That's how you actually get better.
All right, we're on the home stretch. Let's wrap up with one final checklist just to make sure you're good to go before you hit that submit button and start this journey for real.
So, before you click submit, just run through this in your head. Have you triple-checked your eligibility? Are you 100% sure your scanned files meet all those tiny little specs? Is your fee paid, and do you have the receipt saved? And please, for your own sanity, save a PDF copy of the submitted form. Trust me, you'll be glad you did.
And if there is one golden rule for this entire process, this is it. The official notification, which you'll find on the RBI's website, is your Bible. It is the one and only source of truth. Not what you read on a forum, not what some coaching center says, only this document. Syllabus, dates, rules, everything has to be double-checked against it.
So there you have it, a clear roadmap, from the first click of the application to a full-blown preparation strategy. The path is laid out. So the only question left to ask is, what's your first step going to be? Not tomorrow, not next week. What are you going to do today to get started?